Hello, welcome back. I'm Craig G. I'm your host. If just for today. Today's if just for today. Let me understand I am powerless over others. Understanding that one is powerless over others uh, is really a hard thing for most people. I know in my case it surely was. I wanted what I wanted, and you didn't agree with me. I was going to make sure that by strong persuasion that you would agree with me, and that's not a recipe for happiness with others, and surely not a recipe for happiness with oneself. And that's where the old saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink. And, we all make choices. And the whole concept of all these videos have been centering around developing a moral compass, making choices congruently, making choices that align with being a better human being. And for me, that alignment, of course, comes from my alignment to God. It's and for me, my God is the God of the Ten Commandments, the God of the Torah, and trying to understand what all these words, writings are trying to guide us to. And if I try to take that interpretation and realize that I can share with others, obviously you want to share with others, but to think that I'm going to control another human being, place, or thing is a very narcissistic and egotistic of oneself, and is not going to bring anybody to happiness. And what do I mean by that? If you're trying to push somebody to something and uh, that you want them to do your way. You know, I think of my good friend Gary has a saying. When somebody says, "You better do this or else," I love Gary has the saying of, "I want to hear more about or else," and it's true. It's just a natural response. If you're being pushed to something, the most subconscious, not the conscious level, but at the subconscious level, you lock into place. You don't even though they may have merit in what they're saying, you don't hear it subconsciously because, well, you're being pushed to something. And it goes against our natural creator's creation of free will. Free will means you don't being pushed. It's quite interesting that you have two dichotomies going on right now. You have what we call the nanny state, which everybody, I should let me rephrase that. Many people want the government to make decisions for them. And again, if people would study their history and study their Bibles, and I'm talking about studying each independently of each other, you will find out in neither case, when the state takes control, is that good for the people? They think it is at the beginning, but people's lives deteriorate and their quality of living deteriorate. And America is such a great example because we were a country that was always independent. We are not independent today. I don't believe that. And we are so 180 degrees from what our founding fathers believed for us. Our founding fathers believed, and the more I study it, the more I truly get it. Not only did they believe in free will, they truly believed that they could not change other people. That's why the whole concept of the Constitution was for us to live and have freedom within ourselves. And with freedom comes the responsibility to make proper choices. If you make improper choices, well, you should suffer the consequences for your improper choices. Reap what you sow, which is a biblical saying. And it is so sad that we are, with all this technology, you would think mankind would be so much smarter. And for me, I look at where we are today. We have so much more technology, and as the masses, I consider us much less intelligent. Um, as far as our free thinking goes, and I think this is why you see such declines in our society, in our movements, in um, how our country is moving. And, you know, I'm looking right now, who knows when somebody else will see these, but you have the debt ceiling crisis. Um, for the government. It's insanity that we're even having a debt ceiling. Shouldn't have a debt ceiling. We should have a credit ceiling, if anything. How we should have we shouldn't be living our life in debt, because when you live your life in debt, that means you become a subject, you become a servant. You don't have your free will. The more you become in debt, the more you're captured and owned by who holds your debt. And this all comes back to choices and um, now I understand there are many people have to live with a certain amount of debt because let's face it, some by choices, bad choices people have made, and some by, you know, just life not being fair. But that doesn't mean you don't try to A, live within your means, and B, realize the responsibility. And I guess that's what this video wasn't supposed to go this way, but it has. Um, you know, understanding you don't have control over others, but you do have control over yourself. And I'm so grateful I don't listen to mainstream media, that I don't get to be brainwashed with the lies that they're constantly feeding out to people. This is something I'm so thankful for. And I find it, when man looks back at 100 years from now, they'll be going, what were they thinking? Just like when we look back at actions that were done 100 years or 200 years ago, you'd say, how stupid were they? No, we're being pretty stupid, in my opinion. But that's neither here nor there. And that doesn't mean everybody by any means. There are a lot of good people, a lot of people with integrity, and there's a battle force going on right now, especially right now. And there's a battle, I call it the battle of good and evil. And unfortunately, right now, it seems like good is not at the head of the race. But I do believe in God, and I do believe in people like myself, people that do want to have a moral compass and want to do the best they can. And by being the best they can, that will wear off to others. And others will then strive to want to do much better for themselves. Again, it's about freedom of responsibility and understanding my responsibility is to be the best human being I can be. And that means I can't control somebody else. And that was something that I did not understand in my earlier years. You were going to understand my way or the highway. Well, you know what? Today, my serenity, like that beautiful backdrop behind me, I want that serenity in my life. And me trying to change others is not going to give me that backdrop. So I hope that maybe something I said today resonates with some people. And I know with some it's going to make them angry, and well, I have no control over another person, place, or thing. But I do have control over myself. And that's where I choose to put my energy, if just for today. I want to thank everybody for being here. And please, I hope you'll consider subscribing to this channel and giving the thumbs up. I was told that it's important for YouTube. The more thumbs up they get, the more they'll promote this. Not that I'm looking for a promotion in this, but I would like more people to see it because I think there's a message that is here, and I'm hoping people can learn from it. That's the only purpose for me doing this. There's no marketing. I'm not trying to sell you on a type of religion, a type of belief. Well, actually, I am belief, and the belief is being a better human being. Yes, I am trying to promote that. But I'm not trying to promote something to monetize. Well, with that said, I hope you'll consider sharing this with others, and do hit that like button. And to the next time, if just for today, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching.